Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's a beautiful day. So, you ever have this feeling that, you don't do the same things you used to do, right? I don't go out to the bars. I shouldn't say I never go to the bars. I don't go to the bars to drink, so that limits me to go to the bars. I go to the bars like if there's a karaoke situation going on, or if there's a reason to go there, but not really that frequently. So I don't look to do that. You're not really looking to do activities. Your interest that you were interested in before just not doing it for you. Like I used to watch baseball games, doesn't do it for me. Like I know football season starting, doesn't do it for me. And you're just in this holding pattern, almost like you're waiting for the people that could meet you where you're at and see the world the way you see it. That you just want to be in a place of talking about spirituality and God and how He provides, and then you live in this amazing place where you know he's giving you everything. You know he's going to continue to give you everything, but you have to live in this place called the mystery because you really don't know what's going to happen. I gave up my job a long time ago, and people ask me like, "Oh, how do you live?" And I'm like, "Oh, I used to answer like, well, I'd save money and this that." And the truth is that no matter how much you save, it's if anyone goes in this free fall situation, it doesn't make a difference. Like if you are in that place of worry, then no matter how much money you have, you're gonna feel like you're gonna have to do to transactions, like a lot of transactions to keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. And you're gonna start saving more and hoarding more and not wanting to give and be nervous to give, whether it's to your kids, whether it's the tip at the table, whether it's charity or whatever it is. And but when you go into this spiritual place of where you really understand that it's all God, actually the opposite starts to happen. It's weird. Like you start to not be scared, but you still live in the wonder. Like you're like, I do wonder what's gonna happen. I do want to know. Like I want to ruin the movie. And anyone that understands this path understands that that's how God works. God works in the mystery that you have to allow it to be, right? It's like in the Bible it talks about Noah, how Noah built a ark before the floods came. He trusted God to build the ark before the floods came, and our job is to build our trust in God before any of the stuff that any of our worries happen. So that way, when those things happen, we're ready for whatever storms, as I'm saying it, the winds are coming, come our way. And to be able to say, God's got my back, that is a fact. I won't react. So the only way that I found to do that was breathing and coming out into nature. Really, nature is like the breath, the wind, the water, the trees. It reminds you that nature has a flow. Nature doesn't care um, about what's happening. It knows it's going to grow. It knows that's what it's here to do. It's going to continue to prosper. It's going to grow over time. It's like planting a seed. When you plant the seed, you know eventually it's going to bud. It's going to become a flower or a tree or whatever it's meant to be. But humans we're also part of nature, but we lost this because so many around us live in fear, and we were programmed like the humans before us, our parents, grandparents, our friends, society, schools, TV, everything has been every program, television programming, they program us to live in this scarcity, fear-based mentality that you're going to run out, you're going to have to survive, and how are you going to be on the street? And to go away from this place of love and abundance and knowing. And the honest truth is that if you would have told me I'd be in this place, you know, even 4 years ago, I would have said, "You're crazy." Now it is that people call me crazy for living this type of life, but it's like, what happens when you're told to believe in God your whole life, but your belief in God was this fear-based belief in God, like this worry-based belief in God, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, everyone told me to believe in God. All of a sudden I'm like, is this God thing for real? And then you start going into this God thing for real, and you realize it's totally real because you learn to feel. But it starts with the breath that you start breathing through meditation, and you start coming to the present moment and you start to become aware and you start to become present and start to feel God's essence in the present moment more and more and more. And then what's there left to do? So you, it's funny because you used to have all these things you'd want to do. I used to have to do so many things to feel okay, just to feel okay, to learn to staying. ADD kicked in, and I would be like, all right, what's my next activity, my next fix, my next, whether it's, I wasn't a big food guy, so my thing was really like getting high off of life, getting high off of the next, the next party, the next woman, the next making money or whatever it is that would fulfill a void. I used to go to the casino. I wasn't a big gambler, but I would gamble here and there, and I would like to go to a casino, a couple times a year. And what a rush it gives you, right? Like, what a rush! But like now, like it doesn't do it for me. So if you make money, don't make money, and that it's not really wouldn't give me the same feeling anymore. And I've been sober for a little while now, and I had no interest in going after that high, whether it's a high from even from like a cigarette. I used to like enjoy the cigarette or enjoy the vape, enjoy the high of a joint or a bowl, and now I've just like hit my soul, and I feel like I finally gained control of like myself. And it's weird because you wanna before I wanted to feel this like this high feeling of like feeling on top of the world, and that's not a normal feeling to have. That's from drugs to feel that way in a sense, or like some or a woman or ecstasy in a moment of like whoa. Of course we all get them in certain ways, like if you see a rainbow, or if there's, I've had dolphins show up for me, and when you experience the dolphins in the water jumping out of midair, I mean, it's unbelievable, and it's a high for a moment. And then you breathe and you say thank you God for showing me that, but then you come back and you're just here again. And it's weird because like you're so used to expecting like that jolt, that when you're just feeling okay, something feels like it's off. If you know what I'm talking about, like it feels like it's off, like you're supposed to get more, and then learning to just be okay with like I'm listening to like the sounds of like the animals, insects I hear right now. Subtle. And the subtleties of like just appreciating that. So I really come out like I'm at a park right now, and I come out here to just appreciate the small things. It's just just become grateful for those things, and you want to give it over. That's what you want to do. You want to give it over. It's like I want to share that feeling with anybody that comes across me. So it's kind of why you start to create. Anyone who's in the path of God understands that God is the ultimate creator, and we're created in the image of God, or we are God ourselves in a sense, and we're co-creators with God. And once we get into that place of God, or all we want to do is create, because we want to give over that God that's within us. That's what God did to us, is creating within us, and then we want to create within the God within us, and we perpetuate that creativeness, and you just start creating, and you want to share, whether it's my poetry, whether it's just sharing insights like about life. And you also find it's funny because it gets repetitive, meaning like there's nothing new under the sun. Everything's been done before, everything's been said before, but it's each person's unique perspective sharing it over to give it over in such a way that other people can also feel that same feelings that they're feeling. And I'm not gonna lie, like there are moments where you lose it, and you lose it, but you don't lose it anymore. You lose it in the sense of like you're like for like a second or two, you're like, and then you're like, but I know it's God, and then I feel God, and I'm like, oh, there's the sun shining on me. Thank you, God. And there's the clouds, and there are the trees, and there's the water, and the flowers, and it just could be anything, and it could bring you right back into that God place. Just the same way, like it used to bring me. I used to so quickly go off to like the negative, you can quickly shift into the positive with gratitude and love. And you can keep coming back to this exact moment in time where you don't have to do anything other than just be. And then being gives you that gratitude of you don't have to be here. You could be anywhere. And you don't have to be you. You ever look around and be like, I'm just so thankful to be me? People are like, oh, that's egotistical. Well, it's not. You are who you are. God made you who you are exactly. So you better be thankful for who you are in this exact moment. Because what are you going to be thankful to be somebody else? You're not. You are this guy. I'm this guy or this girl or whatever. This tree. I am who I am. So I have to look at the mirror. I have to look at myself and say thank you. And then when I look at others who are, I forget what they look like. I'm talking about the people who are looking to the ground or look upset or frustrated or yelling at their partners, yelling at their children. And I'm like, thank you, God. That's not me right now. And even when I lose it for a minute and raise up my emotions towards somebody and I come back, I'm like, what am I doing? Thank you. I lose it like any other person sometimes, and I come back and I'm like, oh, thank you. I know. Wow. What am I doing? I just to be here every single second. Because what's the alternative, right? The alternative is not. People think like non-existent. Like if you're not existence, then what? Then you're not experiencing. So it's all about like this experience, which is an impossibility that we're experiencing this moment at this exact time together with each other at this point. Like, impossible. And yet here we are. I'm truly grateful for you. Truly grateful for this moment. If this resonated with you, please, hit that like button. Share with others that it's really important to be here together with each other and to learn to appreciate the small things with each other. Literally be here now. That's what it's about, just to be in this moment as this bee is right in front of me, a beautiful bee, bumblebee, learning to be. And then there's a mosquito. So it's nonstop. It really is nonstop, and I could keep going on about this, but I think it really is about appreciating the stillness. It's not sometimes easy to be still. It wasn't easy for me because I always looked to fill, and then I'd pop that pill because I look to kill. But now I just want to continue to learn to just be. And then I create on here because what else are you gonna do? Like, sometimes you get bored and you're like, I want to do something, and then I want to share over what I'm experiencing, and that's what I do. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed, as it was 13:13 on the clock. Thank you guys.